20 minutes.
Thank you, Chair. Sawubona Bamlando. Bamlando sacela amanzi. Uyaphila.
Siyaphila
Bamlando, I
bawusho.
hope nawe awufuna amanzi. Wonke umuntu uphuza amanzi makhuluma mina. Anti why?
Yeah, look, I think it's the stress of the moment.
Siyabonga kakhulu. No, I think for me you've stated out a lot. Ngokuya ngami nje ngabe ngithi asuseni le Roman Dash law njengamanje. Iyona esivimbayo ukuthi bopha abantu. Because clearly we are delaying time and ziningi izinto ezikhona la. Question is, how do we find ourselves here according to you? Who should have stopped Lobaba to Sibiya in the first place? Njengoba eqhubeke kangaka.
The nature of corruption and fraud happens in corners, happens in dark corners. It's the people who are doing it. The signatures that you see here, there's only one, and I must give him credit. There's a guy called, in the report of January 27, Mr. Kachwa. Mr. Kachwa refused. He signed there. He says, no, I don't agree. At least there's one official who stood up and he paid the price for it. He lost his job in the city of Johannesburg. So everybody who's a signature here, Honorable Shong, must answer. That's the first thing. But secondly, if me and you, to be employed, you must pass a competency assessment. Who are these people who appointed General Sibiya without a competency assessment? And assuming that then you've appointed him, now you discover that he has failed. Why don't terminate?
Let's talk about this because in page 226, the people who signed, the first person who signs there is Christo Marias, who was the Organizational Development Director. Page 226.
Yes.
He signed, he agreed with it. This must happen.
Yes.
Who about General Shetlak Sibiya, Commissioner of Forensic Investigation, Sibiya, signs.
Using a bogus title.
Yes. Commissioner.
Yes.
Ruda Mbulelo, Group Head, Legal and Contracts. Way lawyer and
Yes.
Law signer.
Yes.
Okay. Now there is Reggie, can't see this Reggie Roko or who? What is that?
Yes. So he says he approves the structure subject to final. So he is clear what he approves.
What's the name first there?
It's Reggie Khoko.
Reggie Khoko.
Yes, he says.
So,
yeah.
So he approves, but subjected to approval of budget.
Yeah, he approves the structure. And let's give him benefit for that. It's very specific what he approves.
So you uthanda imali, ufuna ukuthi makunemali futhi approve mase kunemali.
We approve the organogram,
yeah,
subject to the budget. So
I want to understand that, yeah.
Yes, it's important when people say I only approve this. We know that that's what he approves. But this report is saying something else. So he's distancing himself deliberately from all other things that are happening in this report. He says I only approve the structure subject to the budget.
Was the budget approved?
Of course, the structure was approved.
Therefore, Reggie Khoko approved this, agreed with them as well.
Approved the structure, yes.
All right. Now, there's no signature kuzodwa Manase, Chairperson Group Audit Committee. And there's a statement, I balayo with her pen there. What is it? Can you read it for me?
No, this is not him who's writing. So that person did not sign anything. Chances are he may not have been available. So the person who signed is the Mr. Kuchwan. He says he doesn't agree.
Okay, before you continue, so are you saying the empty space there, Saga Zodwa Manase?
Yeah, no
may have not
signed.
been available.
You know, chances are I was not there. Chances are this person was not available. That's why she would not have signed.
So this handwriting is for Umulwadi Khotsane. Umulwadi Khotsane.
Yes, Mulwadi Khotsane. He says he doesn't agree with what is being said. This thing of changing.
Can you read it as it is? Because somewhere I can't see. It says I do not agree with the underwriting.
I don't know of the post name of head of forensic, but he's just not. He's
distancing himself again.
Yeah, he's distancing himself to what is happening.
So he was sober, this one.
Yes, he was sober. Yes.
Okay. Dr. Ndivoni Swani Lukhuwareni. Secretary.
So this is a city manager. So he was only employed on the 1st of January 2017. Honorable Shongo, just to assist you. So when you think about who to hold responsible in the report of January 2017, you must go back to those who would have signed the report of 4 November and the legal opinion. So Dr. Lukwarini was not an employee of the State of Johannesburg. He doesn't know what preceded this.
But why did he sign? He's responsible.
Yes, I get that. I'm just saying to you that at this day he comes in as a city manager 1st of January. He only signs, and this is very important. He only signs on the 8th of February. The report has already been signed by the mayor on an earlier date. So if I were to come today in the city of Johannesburg, a report has been signed by everybody, including the mayor before me. Why would I doubt its veracity? And I spoke to him about this. I did call him to say, bro, were you aware what was going on? He says, look, the report came to me signed. I had no reason. The head of legal signed, everybody else signed, and it just comes to me in February. I've only started in January. Then I pen my signature. So that's what that is him.
So the last signature there was then Councillor Herman Mashaba, executive mayor.
Ordinarily, he should not have signed when the city manager is not signed. But if you look at it, he signed on the 11th of January, 2017. The city manager signed only in February 2017. So when you think about this, you must always link it back to the events of November, because without those events, this picture it doesn't show. Why are we having a commissioner in January? Somebody was just appointed about a month ago as a unit head.
Mr. Mlando, are you telling me that South Africa today is in this mess because DA and Herman Mashaba stood firm for General Sibiya on competence?
My answer to you is, how do I sign behind you calling yourself something that you are not? How do I even allow you? How do I join a document, Honorable Chief Whip, where you are calling yourself a president? Because you are trying to occupy something that is not yours. You are a unit head, put, and that's what you're employed. That's what you have applied for. That's what your appointment letter says. So,
okay,
that's my answer to you.
So
it baffles the mind.
So you're saying to me, DA and the mayor, Herman Mashaba, they also got this legal advice from the legal department, but
Yes.
they still ignored it.
They accepted it with their own signatures. And I don't want to give you my theory about this. Maybe let me.
I would also like your theory.
Yes, my theory is simple. Is that when the legal advice came, there was no problem. Everybody has accepted it is the true fact.
And what was it saying?
The one that says, if you can't make this guy automatically the head of department,
Re-advertised.
you will have to re-advertise, make him redundant, retrench him, and he will have to apply like everybody else. That was accepted. Remember the report of the 4th of November says, the person to be appointed shall be on a contract, the head will be on a contract, but the unit head will. So that's a report of November. The legal opinion says you can't move him from the unit head to be the head of department, advertise and all of that. Everybody else is comfortable. My sense, and this is my theory, and I could be wrong, Honorable Skosan, is that I think this scheme was only tied up when they realized that their fellow is not appointable. When they realized that he failed the competency assessment. Even if now you wanted to make him a head of department, even if you wanted to follow the legal opinion, it was already clear that it's a lost cause. He's not going to make it. That's the only theory that I have about this. So what then do we do? Let's go and update our report of the 4th. Say things that are not true. Let this fellow sign
The
this.
report of the 4th.
The report of the 4th of November.
So it was updated to.
It was updated in
cover
January. Updated in January 2017 to cover up this thing. That's why this fellow signs in January 2017 as a commissioner. What I like about it, he attached this report and placed it publicly in High Court. So the documents that we have here, Mr. Sibiya says, I was appointed through a report of January 2017, I attached it.
So kahle ubaba uSibiya isigebengu kahle kahle. Because asiqale la. Uqale wathi i-report yaka public protector uMkhwebane, Busiwe Mkhwebane. I recall asking him, where's the second letter from the public protector? He was looking for that document till today. He's still paging his pages. So what was the first, in your knowledge, the first report from public protector saying, and the second one that came, and where they challenged Bano Herman Mashaba, the report of the public protector?
So in the first report of the public protector, the allegations were there was an irregular appointment.
Mhm.
The way it was done, they said, no, we regraded the position of the unit head.
Okay.
And it became, after we regraded it, it became a head of. So in other words, this was your position. We subjected to the grading chief whip. Then
Okay.
it became, they lied to the public protector. That's not what happened. I've just showed what happened.
Now they're lying to the public
So
protector now.
when we and Mr. Brink, Dr. Brink, decided to ask the lawyers to give us an opinion here, that's why we then took that advisory report to the public protector. That's when the public protector said, yeah, we did not know about these things. She even says, I did not even know that he failed a competence assessment. I did not even know that his job description was only decided months after he purported to be an HOD.
Already.
And that is written by Advocate Mkoba on a piece of paper. That's the first one.
Okay.
The second one is a letter of the SSA. The one that says, yeah, this fellow has got some equipment of interest. Right
That's
there
what I'm
and
about
there.
to say. So that's the question I'm asking. Ukuthi uyabona leli gondwane lisiqalelele kude la kupha la dlishizi mase libuya seliyasiqeda ngapha. So are you trying to tell me, actually my mind is thinking ukuthi had it been not uHerman Mashaba and DA appointing uSibiya ngama document afihliwe, we wouldn't be here. Because when you look at this thing of PKTT today, it dominates Sibiya. La ku wrong khona konke unoSibiya. La ku wrong khona konke kunoSibiya. So are you telling me ukuthi our leaders then that led Joburg failed in South Africa,
Yes.
according to what you are giving us here?
Yes. So when I began to ask questions about this appointment,
Hmm.
that was me in 2019, because I say that in my statement that I've started to deal with this thing in July 2019. Then when this fellow realized that I'm behind his heels and I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on, the next thing that he did, he sent people to the Eastern Cape to do an undercover operation to find a debt on me. There's a report, it's here.
How did he send you?
He sent people to the Eastern Cape
Or to find?
to conduct an undercover operation to find debt on Mesul, because he wanted to destroy me before I come closer to this truth.
And who are these people? State resources were used?
You know, he sent 2 of his officials.
State resources were used.
Yes, they were booked hotels, hired cars. What you must understand, and this is not what people don't talk, this is what people do not talk about. When General Sibiya came in this department, he brought these guys that he was working with from the Hawks to work as investigators he brought former policemen to work with him. So these guys are used to follow orders. When they were told, go to the Eastern Cape, spend 3 days, find whatever debt that you can find on Mesul, bring it here, let's destroy him. They went. But fortunately, somebody told me about them. Then I immediately informed Herman Mashaba to say, look, Mr. Mashaba, this is what is happening. Go and open up a case against these people, because in our country, in terms of our National Strategic Intelligence Act, only crime intelligence officials, only SAPS officials could go and do an undercover operation. Here is a civil, because this is a civil right now. He's conducting undercover operations, trying to destroy.
What did
Amen.
Mashaba say to you?
Look, a meeting was called, and I was, and it became a management meeting. But my letters, where I'm writing to him, signed by his office, are here, where I'm saying to him, get this guy arrested.
I don't think that was going to happen, because Herman Mashaba says, he praises Usibiya and says this is a competent person. That's from Babu Herman Mashaba. I don't think that was going to happen. I said, I want to find out ukuthi abobani abavimba le nkinga ngoba le nkinga iyasihlupha manje. Yabona? Page 92, you speak of his speaker blocking the report. Which speaker was that?
Our preliminary report was blocked by Councillor Dagama and Mayor Mpopalat.
The speaker, you spoke of a speaker there as well. Who was the speaker?
Speaker Councillor Dagama.
Or Dagama?
Yes.
So naye uyivalile lento. Oh, I thought it was Makhubela as well.
No. Remember what we only managed to get this thing, a decision to investigate, once Colin came in.
So Colin
Once-
Mapopola allowed this corruption ukuthi ibhekwe, to be
Yeah,
probed.
that's when then we were able to take reports to council.
So politically it was blocked.
Seriously blocked. That's why CBI is given an opportunity to go and challenge us in court and still be given an opportunity, Chief Whip, not to be opposed. Because we must be silenced. Shut up. Shut up. And immediately after that, that's when me and Brink becomes targets. I mean, I had to resign on the spot, running away from this. Because once CBI went to the police, I realized that I can't be in the environment. Otherwise, it's going to destroy me.
Yeah.
Because the entire network, his network from the Hawks, was still in the city of Johannesburg. So I resigned in August and I stayed outside.
Before ngikhohlwa ubaba ucele ukuphikile ndoda uthi akakwazi. Yabona nami sengikhuluma fast njengawe manje. No, wrong. Ngihlehle. Ubaba ucele ukuphikile. Wathi akakwazi wena. Ayikho nento futhi ombhalele yona. Did you get any response from him or his office?
Yeah, but that's, I read the email from the chief of staff, page 114,
Mhm.
where the chief of staff says, we've brought these things. Look, I do think that he was denying me, and I mean, I remember it was Honorable Sokanyile. The guy was even panting the way he was denying me. And why? Is because right now nobody wants to be associated with Shadrack V. That's why he had to deny me in the manner so aggressively, the way he was doing it on TV towards Honorable Sokanyile. If you wish you could run the video and see it for yourself, because he knows. What he didn't understand was, I've got an email from his chief of staff. That's the first thing. But the second thing is that the law allows me to write to the ministers. So he came here, he says, where do I get the title? I've got an answer for him. He must go and read Section 7 and Section 8 of the Protected Disclosures Act. He will find there that I've got a title to approach him. You can't have ministers ridicule executives, man, simply because they failed to do their job. And that's why I'm saying to you, Honorable Song, if the former Premier of Free State, one of his charges is a Section 34 of PRECA, he failed to act on evidence and allegations of fraud. Ismail should call this thing an oversight charge when he ridicules it.
Yeah.
Why are we having these ministers coming here to mislead this house?
I think iphutha lethu on record I want to put this. Umele ubaba uHerman Mashaba semvulele icala. Because now somewhere you state ukuthi uSibiya uacte kwiposition engaseyakhe angayinikezwa ngayona. Now there's a salary adjustment there. And you once said he also upgraded. I also found information somewhere as well. Ukuthi uzikhuphulile wangena from 1.2 to 1.8 salary adjustment. Were you there when that happened? Were you still working there?
No, I came in on the 1st of November, 2018.
Mm.
So it was hardly 6 months when this guy began to launch undercover operations against me. Because I was starting to ask look, when I came in, General Sibe was a feared person.
Whether why bobuza le mbuzo na bongeno yini?
Sorry?
Why bo umgijimisa kangaka bo bekwenzakaleni?
Look, if you grew up in Mdanzane, you will know that there were certain police guys
Yes.
who were notorious.
Yes.
One of them was Mamo. When Mamo comes, he'll drive on a 60 zone by 180, and all of us will run. I hated them since then.
Yeah.
So I come in the city of Johannesburg, I find a major general, everybody else is tiptoeing around him.
Bamsaba.
Yes. When I began to ask questions, he launched an undercover operation. He went to manufacture allegations against me through an anonymous Google mail.
Uh-huh.
And he accused me of all sorts of things. But the nice thing about it, and this is in the report, all his allegations were investigated by independent law firms. They are found to be baseless, have been intended only to harm and to hurt. And that's the Deputy National Commissioner that you have, is someone who thinks that when he's confronted by the truth, he must react clandestinely in a rogue fashion so as to harm and to destroy. We can't have him there.
But he's allowed by people. I just feel bad that my Honorable James has been out for
Thank you so
this time.
much. Thank you, Honorable